I hope for a society of people who care not only about their own needs, but also about a common welfare. How can I create this perfect society? Answer is very simple, by starting with myself. As Cleo Wade said, you can't do everything, but you can do something. I became more compassionate and generous to others, no matter if they were my family, colleagues, strangers, animals, or even plants. When I became more attentive to my surrounding, I noticed that there's plenty I can do to improve it. Example of Christina Noble shows that by starting even a small action, we can become prime mover. Once she had a dream in which she saw indigent Vietnamese children running down the road and reaching out to her. She knew she had to help them. She wasn't a millionaire with means that could be used to set up a charity. She couldn't hire people who would have helped her. So she called few aid agencies and offered them her services. None of them took up her offer of help. Despite all adversities, she flew to Vietnam and started talking to street children and working out what they needed. She invited them to her hotel room, gave them food, bath, new clothes. She worked really hard to enlist sponsors who would donate money so she could continue helping children. Eventually, she got backing from an oil company, which helped her to set up her first center for street children, where they could get medical help, food, education, and friendship. Now her charity has grown and it works in Vietnam as well as in Mongolia. It has helped 700,000 impoverished, very often homeless children. I observed that people who achieved mastery in a particular field did not aim to do it. They were just passionate about their hobby or idea, spent a lot of time on evolving it, and that enabled them to achieve extraordinary accomplishments. Find a field which is interesting for you and use your skills to help others. Longer than I care to remember, I wanted to become a doctor. Once my mom told me about Doctors Without Borders, who provide medical help in countries affected by endemic diseases and conflict zones. Since then, I have wanted to become one of them. Health inequalities between people living all around the world are appalling. It is estimated that 3.6 million people die because of lack of access to health services every year. Systematic differences between different population groups are caused by unequal distribution of social, economic, and environmental conditions. Reducing health inequalities is a complex challenge, so it requires change of government policies. Nevertheless, since doctors are distributed unequally all around the world, which results in unequal access to healthcare, voluntary work still plays an important role in improving health of many people, although it's just a temporary measure. This is why I want to become a doctor without borders. Now I study hard to get to the medical university. Next year I want to volunteer abroad in a hospital and observe work of the doctors. This is my way of improving the future of our society. But there are many others. For example, my friend Ola Kuczyńska is a member of Youth Council in Warsaw.
Along with my council, we've organized many blood donations this year, in which students who are over 18 were able to donate their blood for people in need. Also, we organize all kinds of charity donations for example, orphanages or single mothers. We donate money, but also clothes and other utilities that they might find useful.
I not only hope, I am certain that the future of our society is going to be bright, since it's created by people who have already taken an action. Remember, change making doesn't belong to one group of people. It belongs to all of us. If we join our steps, they will become a huge stride for humanity.